Hey YouTube, I'm the Tall Nerd, welcome back once again. And I don't know if this is a common opinion, but I believe that you can make an interesting story out of just about anything. Because it's not the idea that makes a story good, but the amount of skill that you bring to that idea. And to me, there's no medium that exemplifies this better than anime and manga. If you don't believe me, just go onto Crunchyroll or even Netflix or Hulu and check out some of the anime that they have on there and just read the descriptions, because there's an anime about everything. Hockey, American football, a bunch about cycling, a bunch about cooking, and all kinds of other things. Those are the ones that come to me off the top of my head. But the reason that I started thinking about this was because of an email that I got from Crunchyroll recently. Now, if you don't know, Crunchyroll is the place to stream anime online, legally. And this email was just their weekly ad, hyping up new and different anime series. But it caught my attention because they were highlighting a series called Fastest Finger First. Fastest Finger First is all about Quiz Bowl. You know, hear a random trivia question, be the first to hit a buzzer, answer the question correctly, and get points. Pretty simple, but also, if you ask me, doesn't sound like an awesome idea for an interesting story. And yet, I'm having a ton of fun watching the beginning of this series. Admittedly, I'm not that far into it yet, but it's giving me everything that I want in the beginning of the story. That is a dynamic, interesting way to portray the action, which is especially important when the action consists of listening, thinking hard, and hitting a buzzer. But even more importantly than that, interesting, varied characters who are passionate about these quizzes and who make the competition accessible to an audience who might not be familiar with this sort of competition. And the passion part is really the thing that I want to focus on, because passion, both on the part of the creators and the characters, is the thing that makes or breaks a series like this. Now, it's always important for any series, no matter the topic, but think about this one. It's about quiz bowls, and I seriously doubt that there are a ton of people out there looking for a series about quiz bowls. No. Most of your viewers are probably going to be like me and just come across it or watch it just because on a whim, from some random curiosity. Now that's fine, but that curiosity doesn't last all that long. You need to hook the audience immediately to get them to keep watching, and that can be hard, especially when the topic of your show is something that doesn't really lend itself to a ton of high action or drama. It takes a little extra work, and showing that the people involved love what they're doing and love what the show is about goes a long way to doing that. Now let me be clear. I don't care about quiz bowls. I just don't. But the way that the characters talk about it, the way that they are so invested in what they're doing, makes me care. And that's true no matter what subject we're talking about. I never cared about boxing before watching Hajime no Ippo. I never cared about baseball before series like H2 or Cross Game or Ace of the Diamond. And I definitely didn't care about how to write a manga before reading Bakuman. I didn't care about any of those, but now I do, because the characters are passionate and the creators know how to put those topics and those pursuits on display. And guess what? Now I'm hooked. And one other note. Not every character is or even should be passionate about quiz bowls. It's fine and very important to have passion, just as I said. But when everyone's passionate about it, well, then you just end up with a bunch of characters preaching to the audience about how cool and how impressive the thing that they all do is. That's not very interesting. What you get instead with this series and a lot of others that do it well are a handful of characters who love what they're doing and don't want to do anything else in the world. And they look at the characters who are new to this and say, hey, come here. They invite them in and they show them, and by extension the audience, why it's so interesting. They show them what makes it cool, what makes it fascinating, why they're passionate about it, instead of just telling us. And that works beautifully, and it's in those differences, in that variety, that the story gets interesting. So that's what I've been thinking about recently, and a few things that I've learned about how to make an interesting series out of just about any topic that you can imagine. I will leave a link in the description to Fast Finger First if you want to check it out. And hey, let me know in the comments what you think about this topic. Can you actually make an interesting series about anything? And anything else that you want to tell me. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And hey, until next time, please have a great day.